Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Besties Night In. I am Nadine and this is my bestie Zala.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing good over there. This is going to become your new favorite podcast. I'm 101% sure. Um,
Agreed.
that's all I have to say.
This is why I'm doing the intro, you guys. So
True.
we are here to be your new besties. We are the besties that you talk to before the night out. We are Besties Night In because we're going to be the night in before the night out. And you're going to either love us or hate us. But regardless, we're here to say what we're here to say.
Yes.
And
And we're
yeah, so
here
we want you
for the
guys.
tea, guys. The tea is hot this week. It's piping. I don't know if
The tea is hot. The tea
Nadine.
is funny on my end. I have funny tea, but listen, guys, grab a drink, get comfortable. Me and Zala are in our matching PJs, except for different colors. Obviously, we want to be a little different.
She's my yin. She's the yin to my yang. I don't know if I said that
Aw,
correct. Which is the
that's
white one and
cute.
which is the black?
I don't know. Let us know in the
Sorry,
comments. I have
guys.
no idea.
Don't cancel us.
I
Sorry.
have no idea. All right, let's get started with today's episode.
Yeah. Okay. So today, I just came home right now to film this episode, but I just came and where I am, we're having a heat wave, and oh my god, it's so hot. It's crazy how hot it is. I've never
I
had it
hate
hot
warm
here.
weather. I hate, like, soup. I prefer warm weather over cold weather, but I hate, like, burning a pot.
Yeah, I prefer I prefer guys, I promise I'm okay in English. I'm just I almost had a heat stroke, so be quiet, everybody. Be quiet. It was that hot. I'm serious, guys. To, Let me tell you, Nadine. I went to the gym today. Guess what temperature the gym was at?
100.
85. And the
Oh
doors
my
are
god,
open.
in a gym?
So yeah, and the doors are
That's
open, so the
crazy.
heat is coming in like from the outside. It's blowing heat in my face. I nearly fainted there, and I was like, if I faint here, I'm gonna sue these people because, like, honestly, this is like my fifth time telling them, please put down the temperature. During summers,
I
nobody
would've
wants to work out in heat.
I would've fake fainted, that way I can sue them. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, that's
And
horrible. Heat
yeah,
gives
that's
me
why the
headache.
PR team has to work overtime because of you, not because of me.
Yeah, our future PR team is gonna be working overtime when it comes to me and Zala because especially me, because I don't care. I'm gonna say what
Yes,
I'm thinking. I
especially
don't care.
Nadine. Nadine is a lot more unfiltered than
I was gonna say you're, like, nice unfiltered, and I'm, like, very blunt unfiltered, but I'll go with what
that
you
works
say.
too. Okay. Okay, so speaking of nice and unfiltered, um did you see the news on that girl? No. Okay, I want to talk about this first. Did you watch Tana Mojo and Brooke's latest podcast episode?
I've seen clips on TikTok, I have not watched
Did
the
you
whole
see the
thing.
tea? Did you see the tea
About what? Wait,
about an alleged TikToker, a big one, who when they were playing games, I'm a big fan
I
of Tana
have
Mojo and
that
Brooke.
on my list, I have it on my paper.
Okay. So we're it's good that we both talk about it, but I want to hear your opinion. So in 2020, obviously a lot of these boys were going like super viral, right? They were part of like that specific group. Um and so a lot of people were like in love with them, and I didn't like watch their content continuously just because I had a different type of algorithm on TikTok, but I knew of them because they were hanging out with people like Charlie D'Amelio, and she was really
Yeah,
big, and so I would like it would cross over and I would see them every once in a while.
yeah,
And
same
so
here.
and so I was like, "Oh, okay." And the thing that came out with him allegedly with the girl, I was very devastated. Obviously, that's not something to take lightly. It's a very heavy topic, and I'm sure like a lot of people took that very seriously.
Yeah,
But um, in short, um, uh, I want to be very careful with my words. this week on Tana and Brooke's episode of Cancelled, they talked about how they were playing a game, allegedly with this guy, and they were going around a circle, and he was saying like, "Never have I ever." Allegedly killed a cat, like wanted to kill an animal. Never have I ever, like, I don't know what else was it. Do you remember what the other thing was?
It was like, never have I ever thought about killing a loved one.
Yes, that and an animal, 2 things. Why did I say cat?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, we have to, transition into the cat one too. So, a lot of weird stuff, guys. This week was crazy. I was like, "What the are these people okay? Like, is Mercury in retrograde?" And let
and
me
I
tell you,
heard
it
that he
probably is.
cosplays as Jeffrey
Yes,
Dahmer.
that
Yeah,
for 2, not even 1 Halloween, 2 consecutive,
prison.
allegedly,
I thought it was
allegedly.
3. I thought it was 3.
Allegedly. Well, I only heard of 2, but allegedly he did,
If
I
it
don't know
is
if it's out
true,
there.
jail. I did see a video of him as Jeffrey Dahmer. I will say that.
Um,
So, I saw a
okay,
video,
but let's
and
I didn't see the video, but let's get this
I did see a video.
straight. Let's get this straight. This is not this doesn't open the conversation for people to start hating and like not taking his word serious in terms of what happened with the girl before, allegedly, whatever. Remember the stuff that happened with her. So uh, uh, just letting the audience know, like, this is not the topic of the conversation. The topic of the conversation is solely that he said that allegedly to where Tena was located, and I found that weird too because apparently
And
I don't know, he was just
also,
so cut clean.
yeah, I didn't believe that he was that clean. I was like, "There's something hidden in there." Like, his eyes, I was like, "There's something there." But also,
It's
you
the look.
guys, just a little, let's not go and bully anybody because there are multiple sides to every story. And so,
And I learned that the
we all
hard
have
way.
murderers that we love. We all have murderers that we love,
Stop
and maybe
hating.
he just loves this murderer. It's fine, as a woman,
Your
we all
voice
love.
cracking.
I know I got nervous. I do have a favorite murderer though,
Our
you know
PR
this.
team, our PR, don't say anything. Our PR team is really gonna have to work overtime. I'm sure we have to pay him, her. We're not discrediting like overtime. I'm
I just
pretty
want to
sure.
also I don't want you guys to understand me wrong when I say I have a favorite murderer. It's not Ted Bundy. Fuck Ted Bundy. In my opinion, he's a bitch and he's ugly. He's a big old fat
Sorry.
bobblehead. So it's not Ted Bundy. If you guys want to know who it is, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But
Okay,
it's not Ted
between the
Bundy.
two of
Okay.
us.
Loser.
Okay. Between the two of us, I don't have a favorite murderer because I'm a normal human being. You guys will figure out that I do love to watch a lot of crime cases, but I don't like to
I
actively
guarantee
like
people have
stand
favorite
people.
murderers. No, I don't stand him. Okay, so I'm gonna just say who my favorite murderer is. It's the Zodiac Killer, and not because he murders. It's just because I watched the movie and I watched documentaries, and I was like, it's so crazy how he was taunting the police and giving them clues, and he never got caught. They made a whole movie about him, never got caught. He got caught when he died and confessed it in his will. I just feel like he deserves more recognition. Like, good for
He has
you.
enough shh. He has enough recognition. Let's get that straight. I'm sure there's like 50 different documentaries about him and 50 different crime podcasts who covered it.
That's true. Now we know who it really is.
I don't really know who it is, but you know that better than me. But yeah, going back to the alleged person on TikTok. Yeah, I kind of found it weird. I don't know. Tana and Brooke have been having that whole I don't know why recently they're having like Bob Gay this thing come out. I feel like Tana just had enough of everybody, honestly, and I
And
would
I
too.
love
And
that
I would
because
too.
no, same. I love that because if you guys are gonna do stuff and do it comfortably around people, yeah, it's gonna come out. Because don't be in a group of people doing never have I ever and confess that you've had these thoughts or you've killed an animal and all this stuff because it's gonna eventually come out and it's kind of psychotic and it's weird. Like if we were with our friends and somebody said that, I would literally text you and be like, "Okay, Zala, you can still be friends with them. I'm not gonna be friends with them." No, there's just no way.
But I think
But
that there
Hollywood
is
is
a
weird.
yeah, but that's because people when they get the theory that when people have all the fame in the world, they have no idea what else to do, so they start doing things that normal people can't do to show supremacy over everybody else. Is it the word? Like,
Yeah.
not supremacy. What is it called when you're like you think you're above everybody? I don't know.
Dominancy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That, and I think that this is like a lot of these cases are the same. Like a lot of people. That's why a lot of this stuff allegedly in like the Hollywood or in LA revolve around drugs and stuff. It's because people can do that stuff. We can't. I mean, I've never, and I could, but I would never have access the same way that they do,
Yeah.
allegedly.
It really is just that thought of just, like, you have everything, but you want more, and it's just how humans are, like, it's never enough.
Yeah.
You always think the grass is greener on the other side, and you wanna get to the other side. Even though you're on that side already, you're just like, "No, there has to be more." So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it was really weird. The guy, we don't know allegedly who the guy is. He hasn't come
allegedly.
out. He hasn't come out and said anything. I'm following it up. A lot of people already knew. I followed up in the comments and stuff of the video and even saw the Reddit, and a lot of people were already suspecting because a lot of people who have cut clean backgrounds or cut clean like looks on social media tend to be the most scary people, the most scary, yeah, the scariest people,
Yeah.
just because like
It's just
you can never have. Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Oh. You were speaking, so I don't want to interrupt you.
I think I was just
um,
like, "Yeah."
my trauma. Oh my trauma.
I was just agreeing. I'm just like, "Yeah. Mhm. Mhm."
And so a lot of people are like, yeah, so um everybody has a scandal, but a lot of those that group didn't have that big of a scandal because, and that's when you're like, oh, and
Yeah.
they weren't
I
young when
feel
they
like when they
started
don't
either.
have I feel like when they don't have a scandal, it's because there's something a lot bigger behind the scenes, and so that's always been my thought process, like, if there's like, I feel like with Tana, she's had so many scandals that I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm never
she like,
surprised.
she yeah, like, and I'm just like, there's nothing really she's just doing normal things. I feel like that,
Yeah,
like, somebody who has had the fame and the money from her age like, from, like, a young start, it's
she was
normal, like
super young. Yeah,
yeah, so I feel for me, I feel like her scandals are normal scandals, but then, like, when you have somebody who is just, like, so quote unquote, like, perfect and stuff, and it's just like it
yeah,
seems like they're so cut clean and, like, their scandal is kind of revolved around somebody else, if you
yes,
know?
yeah.
It's kind of just like what is really happening behind the scenes. I
Man,
don't know.
this week on social media was crazy, but transitioning into, oh, somebody else who had a scandal. Um, somebody on social media allegedly killed her cat. But you don't know this one?
No.
Okay.
What?
Okay. So get some popcorn. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a rundown.
Let me get
So
let me get my baby. Okay, I'm ready for the story.
okay. So guys, this is exactly how we tell stories too in our real life. It's just like, did you hear that? And then she's like, okay, give me a second. Let me just, that I'm telling her
I
the
have to
tea.
get comfortable and I have to be ready for it.
Yeah. So that's why this podcast works. But what happened is basically a week ago, two other YouTubers went on a podcast, on a pretty big podcast, and said, that's with the house that they were living in, one girl killed her cat. It's straight up. That was words. And so people were like, "Damn, what the?" And she's starting to get super like big. Like this is she's well known. I feel like she has two accounts
Can
that
you
are
say who it
over a
is and we'll
million.
bleep it out?
Yeah. Do you know her?
Who that is.
I will show you. Wait.
Let me look her up. Let me look it up while, you're talking.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so that's basically what happened. And those two, the girl went on the podcast and said she killed her cat. So people started digging and they're like, I
I'm not
knew
gonna lie,
something was,
I've never seen this girl before in my life.
but she is popular. She, both her accounts have over a million, so she's doing pretty well. And her views are incredibly good and the engagement is good too. Okay, so listen, the tea gets hotter. So I was there before everybody else got on this team. Because I don't watch her like very, very often, but I watch her when she comes on my For You page. And so I was like, what the? Killed her cat? That's a crazy thing to say to somebody. Like, you could never kill an animal. Or that's maybe just me and you, but we don't know. We don't know who wants to kill animals.
You guys saw, like,
Allegedly.
killed a spider and cried.
Yeah, I cried. I threw the shoe at it and I started crying. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go to hell. I Why did I do that with my hell? Hell.
Close your eyes, this is inappropriate.
Okay, okay. Anyways, so that was the first wave. Okay, so people started digging this, and um, they're like, yeah, it makes sense why it would happen. Look at her cat, and a lot of the videos of her cat resurfaced, and that cat was looked super malnourished, and her fur was matted, and she was like
Mm.
meowing, and her ears were cut. I don't know if that's what they do at the vet. I'm sorry, allegedly. I don't really know what happens at the vet. So that's the videos I saw. And then two more people came out. One had no connection whatsoever to the girl, but she was just a person of a person that saw her. So I don't really know. I didn't take it. It's too personal. And then a guy knew her personally and he lived in the house, I believe. I believe, allegedly. So the guy took the cat. So what happened is that I almost said her name. Allegedly the girl. Oh, I thought you started. I thought you were lagged like this. I'm sorry.
I'm just waiting. Like, this is, like, insane, and I smile when I'm uncomfortable, so I'm like,
I
"It's so
know, it's so scary. I
insane."
was like, what happened? She just randomly paused. Okay, Mark Zuckerberg. Allegedly. Okay, Joe Biden. Okay.
That's so funny.
So, anyways, she first came out after that whole saying at the podcast, and she was like, "Guys, listen, that my cat was taken care of very well. I didn't do anything. Here's like the proof and stuff." And her fans are hardcore fans, so they believe whatever she says, and as they should. As if you're a fan, I'm a fan of you, and I would always defend you, just like that. It doesn't matter if you're wrong or right.
If I don't
So
know you, I'm not gonna defend you, I'm sorry.
yeah, but
I'll defend you because I know you, but I'm not gonna defend a stranger because, like I said, you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. I would be like, "I don't know what happened, I'm impartial."
okay, okay, Queen. Not everybody thinks like you. Um, Hence why you have a master's degree and many people don't. This is the part we get canceled for,
I have
for
2
sure.
masters.
I have one, but anyways, it doesn't matter. So, she came out and she started talking about all this stuff. So people started taking her side, and she was like, "Yeah, I have proof. Like, I could never kill a cat," and like blah 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 blah. And Reddit is where I'm following everything because Reddit is so unbiased and so mean. So you
Yeah.
know that they're telling you the truth. And so people were like, "Yeah, I believe it. I believe that she could have killed her cat because she said during the time that this happened, allegedly she was moving from the top, allegedly moving from the top floor to the bottom floor. So she was moving everything, and she left her cat till last minute to move, just so she doesn't get like hurt or whatever. And the people at the house told her that her cat ran away when she was moving everything. They left the door. So that was that for her. So she believed it. Um, and so the guy came out, the guy who took care of the cat, apparently, allegedly, the guy who took care of the cat because he saw the cat was dying, and so he took him took the cat to the vet, and the vet told them that there's not a lot that they could do, and he still paid like allegedly $2,000 to help the cat, and the cat still died in his arms. And so that's the first part of the story. So people are like, okay, we have proof. People came out with the videos, and the cat does look sick. But she came out to say, the girl who owned the cat, she
Mhm.
came out to say that allegedly the cat had a lot of like a disease, like she had seizures. What the frick? Couldn't say that word. Seizures often, and so it was just like a already hurt cat. So
Did
yeah,
she
this
say
is
this?
in a
Did she
video.
say this after the guy came out with, like, the proof?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't believe that then, because she should have been
So
said that
then in her
said it.
video, so then it gets more interesting. She puts out another video and she's like, "Guys, I'm going to pursue legal action because this was out of my." She found out. Okay, I'm on nobody's story and like side because the story is crazy. So she came out and said she didn't know that the guy had taken the cat from her. Okay, one, they told her that the cat ran away. So in her head, she's like, "Oh, the cat is like somewhere
The
gone." And
cat
she was
was
like, "I swear."
catnapped?
I thought you were gonna give some good feedback. Thank you.
I
So stupid.
don't know what's happening, I'm so confused.
Yeah, so the guy was okay, anyways, that's too far ahead, but she found out in the video that apparently he had taken the cat without the permission from her, which is weird, and taken the cat to the vet. And so she's like, I'm actually going to pursue legal action because that's crazy. It's literally stealing like from somebody that lives in the house. So wait, do I pronounce my s's crisp? Because a girl yesterday said, "I hate girls who pronounce their." Oh my god, I do. I go, Ew, okay, I have to pronounce it normal."
That was
So
so random. You have
I started
PTSD.
noticing it. It's like 5 things going on in my head. So, yeah, the girl was like, "Yeah, I'm pursuing legal action, blah blah blah." And so people are now like, "Oh, that's really weird. We thought she knew about her cat being taken to the vet and stuff." And apparently that guy was obsessed with her from the beginning. Like you could see it in her videos.
So he was a
And so
stalker and he catnapped her cat?
yeah, and so people in the comments are like, "Don't you guys think it's weird that him and his mom kidnapped the cat and didn't tell her, like the owner?" Like you guys are fully thinking that the girl killed and the cat died in his arms. You guys think that that's weird that she killed the cat. She killed the cat,
Oh
like
my god, did
the
he
cat
kill
died
the
in his arm.
cat because he loved her so much?
Alleged.
Tea.
I was thinking more like the
A
other
crime of
guy who
a crime of passion.
no. Yeah, so this is what people are saying now. But she hasn't come out with another video as far as I know. And a lot of people don't like her in the first place. Like her Reddit snark page is pretty crazy.
Mm,
Mm, I don't know anything about her. I don't care for her. She's weird. She's a little weird. No offense. Like allegedly, I don't know. I don't know. Um, like not weird in like a mean way, but weird in a way I would never watch her the way that I would watch mm, Alex Earl, let's say. She's not
yeah.
super I don't know why there's something missing like in her vibe. Like I could never actually like continuously watch her just because she wasn't
Yeah.
somebody for me. So yeah,
No,
that's
I
it
get
for you.
that. This I feel so bad for the cat. This is all insane. Was the cat stolen? Was it found? Was it like, this is so much. I don't know. Did
And
the
if
guy
she
that had the cat, he knew her?
yes. And
Okay,
if
no,
this
so that
is
cat was stolen. There's no
yeah.
way. Because
So
if you
if
knew her, you knew it was her cat, so you didn't find it, you took it. I'm telling you, it's coming together. Crime of passion.
So, what I'm like at the consensus that I have consensus I don't know solution that no the conclusion. What the hell's happening? The conclusion that I have is basically even if not even if a cat is dying, I'm very. What if I get canceled for this? I feel like your
Right,
property is
girl.
your property unless you ask me to take care of something, unless you ask me to do something for you, and unless I actually physically see you like abusing your cat, I'm never gonna take it and take it to a hospital, even if it's sick. Because what if you're taking that cat to the vet next day and I take it and it's illegal for me. I'm also very
Yeah.
big on like your property is your property. Even with my
It's
friends,
not
I'm
my
like this.
place.
Yeah.
My place would be to tell you as a friend, like, "Hey, like, do you think we should take it? Like, I'll come
Yes.
with you. Should we take the cat?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't look
Exactly.
okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of if you cannot handle pets, don't have a pet, and it's just like you know how some people are just like, "My pet is my pet, it's not my kid," but you do have to treat a pet like a kid at the end of the day because they cannot function without you, and it's like, I'm dog sitting my brother's 2 dogs, in 2 weeks, and I remember I was just like I called him and I was like, "Are you gonna leave me a list of stuff?" And he was saying like, he was telling me what to do, and then at one point because I'm sleeping at my brother's house while he's gone, and I was just like, how like, "Would it be okay if I didn't sleep there?" And he was just like, "They get kinda scared and all this stuff," and, like and I know one of his dogs has really bad anxiety. So it's just like, they are, like they do need special attention, and they do need to be, like, attended to, and they are like kids, like, you have to take them out to, like, with a baby, you have to change a baby. With a dog or a cat, you have to, like, well, a cat, not really as much, but, like, with a dog, you have to take them out to go use the bathroom, you have to take them on walks, you have to, like, feed them. With the cat, you have to feed it, you have to take care of it, so it's just like, if you're not able to do those things, you shouldn't have one, and it's just like, I think it's really cruel to have an animal just to have an animal, and it's just like and just to neglect it, it's really, really, really cruel and odd to me, and I
And
knew someone who had a cat that was pretty neglected. And I mean, like, it was fed and it was, like, taken care of because her roommate took care of her cat. It was her cat and her roommate would take care of her.
was
And
it
I'm just like,
him?
how is that, like
Was it the
why would
guy
you
from the
do that?
last story? The one that wanted to kill an animal?
Oh. I'm like, "What?"
I'm just kidding. None of us live in LA, guys. Well, we are gonna live in LA sometime soon, but not right now.
Me and Zala are moving wherever me and Z like, if Zala moves somewhere, I'm moving with her, even though we're not together right now, like, we're in 2 different states. But eventually, when we
She's
have the
so
money,
funny.
anytime I'm just like, "I wanna move here," I'm like, "Zala, would you wanna move here?"
She's like asking for like if I approve, but there's a lot of places in the US I would not move to. And
Same. Florida.
um and no hate, it's just my opinion. You can't cancel me.
Yeah. So
Anyway, sorry, keep going. I took your word.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
The if you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
cat, you knew somebody.
So if you had a pet and I can see that it's not doing well, I feel like
Mhm.
as your friend, I would say something. I wouldn't take the pet and leave. I wouldn't take the cat and leave. I would just be like, "Hey, Z, like, I don't want to overstep, but I see that your cat, like, he just seems like he's kind of struggling. Like, have you taken him to the vet? And if you're just like, oh, cats take care of themselves, then I feel like I would be a little bit harsher to be like, but you still have to take care of it. Like, we need to take it to
Yeah,
the vet. And if
no,
you don't take it, I'm going to
exactly.
take it or I'm going to call PETA. I don't know who you call. I'm gonna call the pet
Yes,
people.
I think PETA. I don't know what PETA or
Animal
PETA.
service. Who is it? It's somebody that comes if, like, you're not take like, if you're, like, beating an
PETA,
animal. PETA. I'm gonna call PETA.
not pita chips. PETA.
PETA, yeah, the animal people, PETA. But
Yeah,
I don't think PETA no, because there's people, like, in your city that you call, and they'll come.
but you can still call PETA for, and they could connect you to the people
Oh, well,
in
then
your
I'm gonna
city.
call PETA.
Actually, fun story. Tell them how you called animal services once.
So, one time, me, Zal, and 2 other friends, we were at the, library, and we were just like, I was doing some homework, they were applying for jobs, whatever, and we were going to grab food afterwards, and then we were gonna, like, leave, and as we were leaving the restaurant after we got food, and you guys, there was a pigeon. It was a pigeon, right?
No, a seagull.
It was a
What the
seagull?
hell?
Sorry. I don't
How
know
did you
birds.
translate a seagull into a
I
pigeon
don't
in your
know.
head?
I don't know. It was a seagull, and you guys, there was blood on it, and it, like, hurt its wing, and
Like the wing was about to fall off.
yeah, like, the wing was clearly broken, and I couldn't leave it. I couldn't leave it knowing it was first of all, also fuck that seagull because I was trying to feed it and be nice, and it was running away from me, and I'm just like, "I'm trying to help you." Like, "Oh my god." So we and bless my friend's heart because I made them wait out there for, like, an hour while I'm
Yes.
calling and calling and
And that
calling.
time we saw somebody.
Yeah, and then we were also, like, harassed really badly, but luckily
Oh, I forgot about that one because it was so
it was
it was
traumatic.
traumatic.
Um,
Um, wow, you
but
just bummed at the same
after
time.
an hour, I finally got a call. I finally got a hold of somebody, and they came and they got the seagull, and the guy called me, and he updated me on the seagull, and he was like, "We got it," 'cause we after that, we had to leave after we got harassed, and I finally got a hold of them. I was like, "Is it okay if I go? Because we're not really safe right now." But the guy called me, he got the seagull, he updated me, and the seagull's doing okay, you guys.
The harassment was pretty crazy.
It was.
I don't know
Be
why,
safe out here, you
but
guys.
for real, I don't know why, but my friends can vouch for this. But I don't know why a lot of people. I'm on a lot of people's targets, like people who just constantly want to talk to me, like people who are crazy, people who are on
For
drugs.
some reason, anytime I'm out with Zala, that's when we're getting harassed by, like, people. I didn't wanna use,
But
like, bad
anyway,
terms. That's when we're getting harassed, and it's so crazy to me, and I will be walking by myself. Nothing happens, but when I'm with Zala, something happens. I just don't get it. I don't get
I
it.
know. Do you have any stories for us this
I
episode?
have something funny. I have a couple things, but this is funny that I had to bring this up. So, Justin Timberlake, did you hear about him?
Yes, that he got arrested for a DUI.
Yeah, so he got arrested for a DUI. And that's not the funny part. Listen, don't drink and drive, like, there are so
Yeah,
many
that is not
there's
funny.
Lyft and
Don't
Uber and
laugh.
all this stuff. There's so many ways to get home after a night out. Do not drink and
Yeah.
drive, you guys. But as he was getting arrested, the cop that arrested him was too young to know who he was. So Justin Timberlake, under his breath, goes, "This is gonna ruin the tour." And then the cop goes, "What tour?" And Justin Timberlake goes, "The world tour," like, under his breath, and the cop goes, "Yeah, okay, buddy," and, like, puts him in the back of the cop car 'cause he didn't know who Justin Timberlake
He
was.
thought he was a drug addict or something? That's hilarious. Listen, that's so funny to me. Imagine you're like, what was he expecting and saying that like it's gonna ruin the world tour? Was the police gonna let him go?
It was just I
Thank
think
God.
the un 'cause
Thank God, actually. Thank
in
God
the
he didn't know
article, it
him.
literally said under his breath, so, like, imagine, like, "This is gonna ruin the tour." Like, what are you doing?
Yes,
He
it's so
gave me such a big
embarrassing.
ick. Yes, it's so icky, but no, honestly, I feel like that's very humbling for Justin Timberlake. Like, he pulled a "Do you know who I am?" And he, in fact, did not know who you are. Sorry.
That's the most humbling, I'm pretty sure. But also, like, in a situation like that, Nadine, like, I cannot stress this enough. I hate people who are in, like, they're in the wrong, and then they use that card. "Do you know who I am?" Like, who cares who you are? You broke the law. Like, you think you're above the law? Who cares? Are you
Yeah.
dumb? You coulda killed somebody, and then what?
And then you can be like, you and the person could be in
No,
such
they would not be in
a
jail, sorry. A lot of people don't get held accountable like that. They would probably be out, and you would have ruined somebody else's family's life.
Yep. So you guys, there's Ubers, there's Lyft, you can call a friend, you can there's so
Definitely, yeah.
many different
We can
ways.
come
So
pick you
do
up,
not
guys,
do what
please.
Justin Timberlake did, but also don't pull a "Do you know who I am?" if people don't know who you are anymore. And then somebody was just like, "You should have been like I was in Trolls," because they'd probably know you more from that. But
My water just fell. Sorry, guys.
that's funny.
Is it funny?
But yeah, I just thought that was really funny, that he
I
said
didn't
that.
know that part, so it's good that you told me.
E Embarrassing, humiliating. Um, it's very, very humbling. I think it would be so funny if Justin Timberlake got so embarrassed that he canceled the whole world tour. That'd
It
be so funny.
I didn't
I don't
even
think he
know. Why
would.
was he going on tour? What songs are from Justin Timberlake, honestly?
Well,
Sorry.
I will
And this is
say
no hate, no shade.
he did drop a new song. I don't know if he dropped an album, but he did drop a new song. It's not one that I like. If I ever am listening to the radio for some reason, then I'll listen to it. Um, if it's on, just because I don't have another choice. But I think he's playing a lot of his old music, and his old music are I was a big Justin Timberlake fan of his music and honestly some of his
But
acting. I
why
like some of his
now?
stuff. I think it's just because he's trying to come out with new music. I think that's the only reason why. And
You pulled
I
a
really
J-Lo.
think
You pulled a J-Lo.
okay, you guys, let's get serious. This might
About
be an
what?
unpopular opinion. This might be
Okay.
an unpopular opinion, but I really feel like certain pop stars that were pop stars in their own right in their time Like, certain people need to just live in their legacy. Just live for what you were and don't come back and ruin that. A good example for me is Tyra Banks. I think Tyra Banks, when she
Yes, she was in
was
her
the
prime.
model. She was a supermodel. I think now she's a clown. Sorry, I said it and I stand
What
by
did
it.
she
I think
do? Wait, what's the controversy around her?
I don't know if I don't know if people just like her that much. I will say a lot of when you rewatch a lot of America's Next Top Model, a lot of stuff comes out of that. So like a lot of like negative things and
Yeah.
especially have you ever watched America's Next Top Model?
Nope.
So they do this thing in one of the like every season where they do like a transition where like they change you. And so like it
Okay.
can be like a haircut, a hair dye,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, I've seen
And
clips of
one
it.
girl, they literally added a gap. They added a gap for her. And it's just like it's a
In
lot,
her
yeah,
teeth?
in her
Like,
teeth.
they drilled it?
Yeah, they gave her a gap.
I would
Um,
sue. Oh, but there's probably
and,
contract.
like, they just do the most craziest stuff, but, like, a lot of it's just but for the time that it was out, it was very popular. I loved it, I watched it, so for the time, it's fine, but now it's like she came out with, Life Size 2, which was really, really, really fucking bad. Her hosting is really bad. She had her own talk show that was really bad, and I feel like she tries to do all this stuff. I think she wants to be in some of everything, and it just doesn't work out for her, and that's why I'm like, I really wish she would've just stuck to what she knew, which was modeling, and stop trying to branch out into acting and hosting and, all the stuff because she is obviously, she did have her own show, and then she also did America's Got Talent, and I stopped watching America's Got Talent because she got on my nerves so much. I believe I could be wrong, but I think she also did, Dancing with the Stars. She was the host of it,
No clue.
but I think I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was, but I just feel like she's somebody who tries to get in everything and it just doesn't work out, and to me now she's no longer a supermodel, she's just a clown. And another person is J.Lo, who you said previously is just like she tries to do some of everything, and it's just like it's just not working out and you have so much negative controversy around you and you keep throwing stuff at us and always asking for. You came up with that stupid movie that nobody wanted about the love story never told, but yet here you are telling it that made no sense. Like, is it a movie? Is it a long ass music video? What's it about? Is it sci-fi? Is it action? Like, what the fuck is it? And then nobody watched it just for you to come out and be like, here's a documentary of how it was made, girl.
We
And then
did
just
watch
for
the
the in the
documentary.
documentary, we did watch the documentary. Just for in the documentary, every celebrity to say no to you, that they don't wanna be in that stupid ass movie. And then for her to be like, "The problem is no celebrity wants to say no to me," but they all did, girl. So,
At one point, I felt bad for her, and then I started laughing
yeah,
because she
comedic.
said she canceled her tour because she wanted to hang out with her family more.
Girl, nobody you canceled that tour because nobody was gonna be at that tour. I just again, I really wish, like, some celebrities would just quit while they're ahead. I think somebody like Beyoncé knows how to rebrand themselves and come out with and stay relevant to where she can come out with a tour, she can come out with albums to where it's amazing and it's like she's not somebody who is just trying so hard in the media.
Or
I think
hire a
someone like
publicist. Like not a publicist, like somebody a social media manager who's actually young and relevant and it can tell they can tell you what to do
but
next, like,
I think for some celebrities it's too late. I feel like no matter what JLo does, it's just too late for her now. And she's had a lot of controversy for her, like, all the time. And her and this damn block, girl, let the block go. Please. We're exhausted. We get it.
Nadine
We get it.
Nadine was on the blocks too. What was your order? What was your order?
I
I'm
moved out of New
curious.
York when I was, like, 4 or
What's
5.
your mom's order?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Wait, no, your mom can't eat from the shop. Sorry. Wait, I don't know, honestly, sorry. I don't know.
I don't know.
My order would
But
be definitely, nothing because
a
I'm
ham and
vegetarian.
cheese on a roll with a orange soda, if
Ham
you
and
know, and a small
cheese?
bag of chips. That's what it
Oh,
was. She said ham and
no.
cheese. That was
I
I know
said,
you
what
wouldn't
would
get
my
it.
order be?
I know I was making a joke and you just ruined it. Ugh.
Hopefully some of those bodegas have, like, vegetarian options.
If I was one of I would capitalize off of JLo's thing and I would have, like, a new menu item be, like,
I'm
JLo's go-to
sure
order
I'm
and
sure
then put
they
orange
have.
soda if you know, you know.
like, specific shop she went to? Do you
Girl, I
remember?
don't think
The
she
specific
knows.
bodega? Oh,
I don't think she just said something. She
but
just said whatever sounded cool, and, like, girl, a small bag of chips, that can
my
mean
favorite
anything.
thing my favorite clip of her is when she's walking by her old house and she's like, "Hello, I used to live here," and then girl
He's like, "Who are you? Who lived here?" She
and the
said, "My name
funny
is
thing
Jennifer."
is
And "You're Jennifer
wait,
who?"
and the crazy funny thing is that a lot of those people who live in those houses tend to have a close knit community. So like if a house had belonged to somebody, they would definitely know. That just shows how they don't care. And she never really lived that lifestyle because
Nobody.
do you
Yeah.
do you know Zayn and Heath
Yeah.
from Unfiltered? So Heath's fiance Mariah, she comes from Staten. How do you say
Staten
that?
Island.
Yeah.
Staten
And
Island.
so she said that in an episode that she went back to her house and it's passed on generations and her father built the house that they used to live in when they were little and the lady knew them. The lady knew them and because of
Aw.
the like how sweet and nice she is. Obviously, if that was the case for JLo, that person would have definitely known her.
I think the most Delulu person is J-Lo. Oh my god. Side note, quick side note. I don't know what's reminding me of this. So yesterday was my cousin and my nephew's birthday, and we celebrated my nephew's birthday the day before, and we celebrated my cousin's birthday yesterday. And
Cancer babies.
she wanted to do it as
Oh
an
wait,
award show.
Gemini babies.
No, cancer babies.
No,
Yeah, they're
aren't
cancers.
they?
No, they
The cusp is on the 20th.
no, girl, they're cancers. I always say my nephew is a cancer. It is oh my god, they are no, wait,
You two-faced like hobo.
crazy. I'm
I
always just like,
cannot
"He's
believe
a
you lied
cancer."
to everybody.
I'm always
You
like, "My
lied
nephew's
to
a
everybody.
cancer." It makes sense that
Bruh,
my cousin is a Gemini. So, now it makes sense. So,
period.
so her party yesterday, it was like award show
What if
themed,
she watches
and
this?
what if what?
What if she watches this? She's gonna cancel us.
Watch it. I'll say it to your
Is it the
face.
one that I talked to? Is it the one that I talked to? The sassy one?
No,
Oh, I
no.
love her. She's an icon. We need to have her on the podcast. She's gonna have a lot to say.
So, she was just like, "Do you wanna be part of the award show?" And I was like, "I'll vote." And she was like, "No, like, to be in it." And I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll be in it." And so, basically, like, we're voting for all of us, and the categories were, like, best dress, most Delulu, biggest bully, smarty pants, stuff like that, like, most outgoing, funniest, all this stuff. You wanna know which one I won?
Yeah. The meanest and the most Delulu.
I won biggest bully. Um,
I
I
knew
won biggest
it
bully.
because you are.
And the craziest part about it is my niece, she was also, like she was also voting, so she was in it. Oh, and she won the cutest award, and she actually won we all won trophies, and someone stole my trophy. So maybe I'm not the bully, maybe the kid that stole my trophy is the bully. Um, me at 27 beefing
Stole?
with a
Yeah,
seven-year-old,
I know. That was
um,
crazy. I'm like, chill out.
because
It's just a
her
trophy.
seven-year-old cousin took the trophy from me, and I was like, "Well." So my niece, I was helping her write down her votes, and so I was reading them out, so I'll be like, "Oh, like, who's the best dancer?" And she'll be like, that girl over there." So that's what she would do. And then the second to last one was biggest bully, and I was like, "Okay, biggest bully." And she went, "Um, you?" And I was like, "I'm not sitting here helping you. That's
No,
crazy."
actually, guys, Nadine cannot take that title. Um, if anything, I'm more of a bully between the two of us.
I'm a bully in my family.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. Everybody's somebody has to be the bully in the family, and me
I'm
and you
the
have that title.
Yeah, I'm a bitch to my family, and it is what it is. It's just because they can't handle how, outspoken I am and honest, and I don't care. Even when my mom is just like, "That's rude," I'm just like, "It's not rude." I'll say it again, uh, if that doesn't tell you who I am. But back to back to our tea. So I actually do have some tea, and it has to do with should I say the name? I'm gonna say
No,
the name. Fuck it. I'm saying
no,
it.
bleep it.
Fine. It has to do with
Okay. Yes, I saw that too.
yeah. So apparently, she is being called out for, like, stealing content ideas and, like, copying someone's content, and the person who she's, like, quote, unquote, "stealing from" actually came out with a video saying it, and then other people have, like, been comparing, like, this
Videos.
person's videos beforehand, like,
Yes.
and then to now,
It
and you
was
can see
crazy.
that big
I saw
difference.
I saw the difference between her old, voice and now her
Yeah,
voice
and
is
now
crazy. That's
and
me,
then
me
somebody
shape-shifting.
no, my voice, it changes depending on who I'm talking to, like, I'm so serious. Um, and so somebody was just like, "Yeah, this person, who is making the claims that Nara Smith is stealing her, content," like, they're saying like, "Oh, she made boba tea," and then, like, 2 days later,
I saw
this
that.
other person made boba tea, and then same with, like, mozzarella and, like, and all this
The
stuff,
green
and
stuff, the gum,
yeah, and, like, the gum
lollipops.
and all the stuff, and it's just, like, people are kind of 50-50 on whether they think it's true or not, but also, I feel like cooking videos and making stuff from scratch, I've seen so many people make stuff from scratch,
Yeah.
so I don't know, and I just feel like maybe she just figured out, like, her niche and what works for her, and I mean, it's working for her because her being like, "My kids are craving this, my husband's craving this," then it's just like, you're gonna watch her videos because 'cause you're just like, "Girl, your kids are craving that and they waited 17 business days to get it? Come on now." So I mean, she found
We're
her niche and it's
victims.
working for
We're
her,
victims of her.
but, it's interesting because this person who's making the claims, they obviously don't have as many followers, and so it's kind of just like if she did steal their content ideas, then they also probably stole maybe possible followers, but it's also just like
Allegedly.
I follow people who have this similar aesthetic, and it doesn't I'm not gonna follow one over the other. If I like this type of content, I'm gonna
Yeah.
follow both. So I don't think it's a case of like she stole her niche, she stole her content, she stole this. I think also maybe unpopular opinion as well, but I think a lot of times some people want their 15 minutes and she's getting her 15 minutes by coming out with these claims because I don't know if it's true, and I've also never heard about this person until these claims came out. So I would just
Yeah, me
assume
neither. But we are also not the demographic for these people. The only reason that, um, the she, became super, known to us is because she was to me at least, she was a model. I was more interested in, like, how, um, she has this lifestyle, like, what do you mean she's a trad wife? What do you
yeah,
mean she cooks everything from scratch? And there's a reason why I'm also her demographic is because my friends will tell you that I like to do everything from scratch too. It's just, like, normal in our cultures and everything. So
yeah.
I'm sure that it also has to do with that, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of similarities between the 2, and, if her videos came out a month before the other girls' videos, and, she decided to do the exact same thing, that would be pretty weird. Because obviously you're not coming up with the same ideas. Like,
But
nobody's making the
also
same thing constantly unless it's going around, like, unless
yeah,
how she um started the bread trend and a lot of people started making bread, that's when that was a trend. Like, that's
yeah.
normal. But
But
if this
also
other girl
just to play devil's advocate, I don't think, like, needs this to be known because of, like you said, like, she is
Yeah,
a
exactly.
model, her husband is a model, and, like, she
Exactly.
already had this platform to have, and
But
so
it does
maybe
help.
she is it does help, and I think there's also, like it's just like when you see a video that you like and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna recreate this," and maybe, like, she didn't think to ta we see it a lot where, like, bigger, influencers will take a smaller content creator's idea
It
and
happened
not
to
tag
me.
them in it. Is it?
I swear it happened to me. That one TikTok video I see, I don't know. Sorry to take your word. Go ahead, finish, and then I'll tell you.
No, 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 finish, finish.
So I'm checking my likes. Obviously, it was at the lower volume. So I see somebody saved your videos, and like a couple minutes, somebody posted a video after watching your video. I don't know why it notifies you like that. I'm like, okay, TikTok, that's a little weird. So I click on hers word for word.
TikTok
I
being
I wish I
messy.
could find it. I wish I could find but it's not even funny. She gave no credit, and that video was an original thought, I'm pretty sure, because I did not see that going around. So
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, this girl."
Call her out on it. That's what I would do. I do think, like, good for calling out because, I mean, she fully believes, like, she's taking her ideas, and if you're comparing the videos, then I can see it as well. I can see,
Yeah.
all especially comparing, like, how it was before compared to now, and then comparing, Onezwa's videos to videos, then it's kind of just like, I can understand why you would think that, but, I mean, not to I don't wanna take side, but it's also just like, she's not gonna lose her following over something like this. And I just think that maybe this person
Yeah.
is using it as a 15 minutes to kind of get their name out there and all this stuff, but, um, she also, like, just to give her credit, she does create the stuff from scratch, she is engaging, she does, like every time her video pops up on my page, I watch it, and I even have a friend who, like, we will fully talk about her stuff constantly, like, like, we're fans, like, we're always talking about her, so it's just like, I'm not gonna I don't think I follow her, like, her stuff pops up though, but, like, I'm not gonna stop watching her stuff
It's because she's
because
good
of
at what
this,
she
because
does.
she's very good at it, and it's like, it's normal, like, that's what social media is, and honestly, if you can't handle someone stealing your ideas on a social platform, then maybe you shouldn't be on a social platform because it's gonna happen, and sometimes, unfortunately, they're not gonna give credit. And it's really there's this one guy, I'm gonna call him out because I don't give a fuck with this person.
Mhm.
Brent Riviera, I think that's his name.
Yes.
He's known to take smaller creators, video ideas and, like, m make them as his own and come out with them. So, like, he's known to steal small content creators' ideas, and, like, that's kind of his thing that he's been known for years. And no one has ever given a fuck. It's something that he's known for, it's not a secret, and people have come out with it, and nobody has really given a fuck, so I think it's gonna end up with, like, now because you're the one coming out saying claims about this person who is, very liked and very popular, now you're gonna get hate for it, unfortunately, so that's just the price that comes, you're gonna get hate for it, and even if she gets hate for it, she's gonna get hate from, like, a few thousand compared to the millions that love her, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
affect her as much as it's gonna affect you because you are smaller. You're a smaller content creator, so it's like that those thousands of hate is gonna affect you a lot more, and so I feel like sometimes we just need to let these bigger I would have maybe reached out and maybe been like, "Oh, I see you do this as well, and maybe we could do a collab." Like, you could have used your resources to do something,
To your
you
advantage,
know
yeah.
Yeah, to take it to your advantage, and I just think it's gonna end badly for the person that made the allegations, more so than the person that is supposedly doing it, in my opinion. Not saying that it's right, especially because being a small content creator, like, it's not saying that it's right, but it's just how it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really this was Nadine's story, so I'm not really like into this type of content, but it pops up like once in a while, but I didn't know the depth of this. I just knew that a lot of people started comparing like her videos, her gum video to her the other girl's gum video, how she mixed
Yeah,
stuff, how she poured stuff. So um, I see similarities, but also what you're saying, I also understand that cooking videos, the objective is to make something, and
yeah,
whether it's gonna have like similarities between other people's cooking videos, because that's the objective is to make the same thing. So
yeah.
I understand, but
She should have
yeah,
made I feel like I would have made a video being like, "Oh, made this, so I'm gonna make it the way she made it." Like, you could have just also, like, done the same thing and taken her ideas and did and, like,
yeah,
like, tag her in it and be like, "Oh," like, you could have done it a different way because I just don't think it's gonna end well for you, unfortunately.
yeah,
But I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping you get a large following. I'm hoping, like, you get the recognition that you deserve because making food from scratch is not easy. And, I hope it works out well for you. And, you never know. Maybe this person will come out and want to, like, do something for you to help you, get more followers and maybe want to do a
that would
collaboration. Like,
low
you just
key make
never know.
her that would low-key make her more likable, and
Yeah,
just
it would
how
be
she
smart.
responds. Some people respond very well to, like, allegations and stuff, and then other people,
Yeah.
not so well.
My suggestion would be to
Um,
for her to reach out and be like,
cough,
"Let's do a
cough.
collab."
My favorite YouTuber who I had to stop watching because of because I two of my favorite YouTubers. I'm sure you heard this tea too about Tana talking about her um it's a very heavy topic, but her at 17 having like a sexual relationship with a 25-year-old, and that was one of my favorite YouTubers. And I just
Oh,
had to stop watching because I was like, that's weird, and I would
that is
never.
weird.
Yeah, just like that, and he didn't respond to anything. So I feel like some people do really well with how to respond to this stuff, like PR related, and some people just don't know how to and how. But
Yeah,
granted, granted, this girl's stuff is a lot compared to what the allegations are for the guy, my favorite YouTuber, quote unquote, anymore, not anymore, quote unquote, the allegations are a lot more serious than what is happening with this girl, but still, like, some people use it to their benefit. Some people respond very well. Like, you know how
yeah,
people get like hated on hated on for getting PR, and then they send PR to the half of their PR to like a girl who needs it, like they do a collab or something like that. So it will change the trajectory of how people see her and how she engages with her
yeah.
followers after she changes this how she interacts with this claim.
And she might I feel like she's not gonna say anything at all, but because I mean, she has nothing to lose at the end of the day, but she can
She's
just
never
like
been
you
in
said.
a scandal,
Yeah.
so
We'll see what happens. We'll if there's an update, we'll keep you
we'll
guys
update
updated.
you
I
guys.
doubt there
Yeah.
will be. Um, I wanna talk about one last topic. It's not a tea
Hmm.
or anything, I just wanna get your opinions.
Yeah,
So
I'm
they
excited.
have officially announced that they are gonna start, filming for Euphoria season 3 and that it will be a time jump. Yeah. You didn't know that? Yeah.
Oh
Um,
my god, I was just so upset just a couple of days ago because I don't know why I love
did I
Euphoria.
make that up in my head? Let me double check that because I swear I saw an announcement.
Because one thing I really didn't see that was happening was this season, just because Jacob Elordi got super big, Zendaya got super super big, um, and a lot of the main cast got super big. So, and unfortunately, one of them passed away. So it was kind of crazy to recreate, to have a season 3 or a season
Yeah.
4 with like the little amount of cast that would be able to make it into their schedule, like put it into their schedule.
Um, I do believe it's gonna come out next year. Um,
That's crazy. So they already started filming, or they're gonna film?
based on an article that came out 5 days ago, um, it says it
Who's
should be
the
coming out next year.
who's the director still? Is it the same guy?
I have no idea, but honestly, I don't think
Thank God. He made everybody too sexualized.
no,
I
I was
didn't
gonna say
like
I don't think
Euphoria.
they're gonna end up doing it. Um,
Why would you get my hopes up
okay,
like that?
so it was delayed. There's still this was in March that they said it is delayed and the scripts are still being written, but, they're saying that they're gonna who told me? I swear I saw a whole, like, news thing saying Euphoria is they started filming it. You guys scratch that, never mind, but, it
She
is gonna
lied
come
to
out
all of
next
us and
year.
got our hopes high.
Um, but
But I never thought it would come back just because of how
they
big
wanna start
everybody got.
they wanna start filming later this year. That's where my wires got crossed. They're hoping to start filming later this year, and they will be doing a time jump, but
To what? To when they're married and have kids?
I think like a few years, I think maybe 5 years or something, I have no idea, but I don't think it's gonna work out well. Um, I think that
I don't
it's a
care.
really
As
popular
long as the
show. I'm
main
gonna
cast
watch
is the
it.
same. As long as the main cast is the same, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit a little bit better than if all the cast is not there for the next season.
I'm gonna still watch it just to see what it's giving, but, I feel like even if the same cast is there, it's not gonna be good, and I feel like a time jump just makes no sense, and I feel like with, the passing of one of the characters, may he rest in peace,
Yes,
and as
may he
well
rest in
as
peace.
one of the,
So sad. I wanted them to end up together so bad.
I know, I was really rooting for them. Um, as well as that one what's her name? Kat, how she said she's not gonna be in the next season, like, she quit, and as you know, Zendaya's booked and busy, Jacob is booked and busy, Sydney Sweeney is booked and busy. I just don't see it happening. I mean, I will say they're probably under contract, so they're gonna have to do it, but I'm assuming they're under contract, but it's just I don't see it hitting if it's gonna be a time jump. I don't think it's gonna be as entertaining, like,
I
it's
don't
enter
know.
I don't know, it
We
depends
don't
on
know.
how well they write it, but I just feel like
Yeah.
Euphoria, like, it being, like, first of all, Zendaya's acting in Euphoria was so good. But it's just like them being set in high school and like all that stuff happening and, like what Rue was going through and like Maddie versus Cassie and Jacob's like all this stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like what could they do to make it make sense for them to for the next season to be like 5 years later? I just don't see it making sense. I don't see it being like good. And then also, if it's 5 years later, what would be your reason for all of them to still be connected?
Well, maybe they're
I'm
gonna make the
hoping.
plot. Wait, let's make a prediction. I think the
Okay.
plot's gonna be like this. They're all somewhere new. They're all like separated, and something brings all of them back together.
What would bring them together?
I don't know.
Rue's drugs.
Maybe I was thinking the same thing. Guys, don't do drugs, please.
Um,
It's serious. Don't do drugs.
it is serious, you guys, don't do it. Um, I I wanna say it would make a little bit sense for them to all still be living in the same town, I guess. Maybe some of them wouldn't be, like, I feel like it wouldn't make sense for it to be, like, 5 years later, Rue got her act together, you know? It wouldn't make sense for like, I don't know.
You know
I
what?
don't know.
With the how the show was, I kind of feel like no offense, guys. I really don't cancel me, please. I'm begging you. But the only way that it could have happened for me, like the way that I see season 4 or season 3, no, season 4
3,
be season 3?
season 3.
Season 3. The way season 3 for me is and the way that Rue was declining with her mental health, misusing the drugs, the only thing that could happen with her doing that is there's only 2 possibilities. They either have to keep her alive or she's gonna over sorry, guys.
They
She's
come for
gonna
her
overdose, and that's
funeral.
what they yes.
Mm,
It's
I
so sad. Guys, if you steal our idea, listen to me.
we
Whoever you
want
are,
writer's credit
we
and a check,
do. We said it
and a
here
check.
first. We really did.
Um, as much as I love, 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 love Euphoria, I loved it. I loved, Euphoria Sunday. I loved hearing like all the Reddits and tweets about it and everything. I loved it. I just think they should let it go and not do it. I just don't see it to where season 3 is gonna be good. And I just don't understand how a time jump would make sense. Um,
Who
I
knows?
don't know. And then again, like you guys have lost so many cast members. I don't know how it's gonna work out because he was a big part of the show.
Who?
So,
Oh, yes, yes. May he rest in
um,
peace.
may he rest in peace. So I just don't like, I don't know, like, and especially with like the way season 2 ended, I just would hate to watch the
Yes.
first episode of season 3 and it's just like 5 years later. I'd be so fucking mad. I'd be pissed.
Because it ended on Maddie says this is only just the beginning. Remember?
That one
He
and
was
then,
beating her.
the 2 brothers when they, had like that raid done. I forgot their names in
Which
the
2
show.
brothers?
The drug dealer brothers, what's their
Oh,
name on the
okay,
show?
yes, and they had the raid
The raid done on
with the
them
guns
and,
and
like, we
stuff?
don't know if
Yeah.
he got sh if the little brother got shot. I'm sorry, guys, I don't know, like, I forgot their names in the show because
Maybe
it's
they
been
will
so long.
it makes sense because they will kill sorry, guys, it's not funny. They will probably kill,
You're like, "It makes sense." It's
no,
not
it makes
funny,
sense in
sorry.
my head, guys, it's actually not funny. I'm so
No, it's not, it
beyond sorry, and, like, my
it does
condolences go out to all the people affected. But it does
yeah,
make sense if they kill
I can
that
see how
him and
they
that
can
scene.
write his storyline out, but I just 3 of Time Jump, I just don't think it's gonna be done well.
I don't know, but they would be what, our age? 24?
27. Um, I don't
Our
know.
age.
I don't think so because 'cause they're not 19 on the show.
They are. They're 18. Isn't it last year of high school?
I thought they were, like, 16, 17, 18.
They're naughty. That was their last year of high school, I'm pretty sure. First season was that they were
Rue no,
junior.
Rue was younger than, Cassie and Maddie
Let me just double check this because I
because she
remember.
was friends with Lexi, and Lexi was a year younger than Cassie. Is that her name, Cassie?
Yes.
Let me see, Euphoria ages. Okay. So, yeah, Zendaya at 17, Hunter was 17.
Yeah, it
So, yeah,
makes sense.
so they were
They would be
17,
graduating. Yeah.
um, Hunter's character 17, Zendaya 17, Jacob, Maddie, Cassie,
Only people only
and
people
Nate are
that's
18.
oh, the only people that had different ages were the drug dealers, if I'm not wrong, because he didn't
Yeah.
go to school, and Cassie's
Um,
ex-boyfriend, who was in college. So
yeah, he was a year older, but Rue Lexi, and then Hunter's character, they were a year younger, so they're 17, and then Maddie, Cassie, and Nate are 18. So they
so it
would
would make
be
sense. It would be 20, 23, 24,
no, it would be 22,
22,
23.
23. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Um, so they would be, like, graduated college, like, it just wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Unless they all graduated college, decide to move back home? I don't know. And it is, like, a small-ish town, so
And
maybe they
none
all
of
move back
them
home.
And none of them wanted Maddie specifically, she had big dreams, remember? I don't think she would
Yeah.
want to go come back home, but the writers, if you steal our idea and make kill Rue and make everybody come back
They're
to her
not gonna
funeral, I
they're
will
not
sue
gonna kill
you.
off Zendaya.
I think they will. I think they will, because that's the only way for her. She's never been sober. What's gonna happen? All of a
Yeah.
sudden, she's sober?
It's just I don't know, also, like okay, I'm gonna think of it in this way. If it was like this, like, mystery show where, like, they all come back and they have a reason to stay because some mystery is happening again, cool, but it's not that type of show, so it's just like,
Yeah, like a
I don't
thriller?
understand yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just don't see how they're gonna do a time jump and have them all together again and make, like, a season.
So
Like,
let's
it
make a
just
prediction. What do you think? How do you think they could
I think they're
possibly
gonna
make them?
cancel it indefinitely. I think they're
No,
gonna come out and
I think
cancel
they're
it.
gonna try. No, I think they're gonna try just because they put out the news that they are gonna do it. And I feel like lately Jacob Elordi and Zendaya have done all their big um like projects. Jacob Elordi did Priscilla
Elvis,
and
yeah,
yeah, and uh
Saltburn,
yeah, Saltburn, and also Zendaya did The Challengers, and I don't know what the
Dune.
other one Dune. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They might have been contracted to do all those, like,
Mm.
before. And, Sydney Sweeney, she's free. I haven't heard that she's working on anything. Have you
Well,
heard anybody's working?
she came out with, Anyone But You a couple of
Yeah,
months ago. She came out with
yeah.
The Nun,
So she's done. So
Nun
she's done.
Mystery, but I thought she was coming out with something. Wait, let me check because I swear I thought she was coming out with something. But also Sydney Sweeney does work a lot behind the scenes as well. But
Like,
thought she was
she was a director on Anyone But You.
no, I think she was a producer.
Oh,
Was she a director? I know she produced. I, um I think she's coming out fuck, I went back. I think she's coming out with, um, a movie. She's very booked. Oh my god, she's only 26 years old?
I know. I'm almost her age, like, in 2 years.
I'm older than her. That's crazy. Fuck all of you guys. Sorry, that was
I
aggressive.
mean, if we started young, Nadine, if we started
Oh,
young,
she was
I
also
would.
in Madam Web.
Yeah, Madam. Unpopular opinion, that movie was the craziest. Sorry, I just dropped my
I
something.
never watched it.
I had to put it in the back. We put it in the background, me and my friends, one night, and
That was
I
including me, you guys.
because she wasn't here. One,
Whatever.
and two, it was not good at all. It was crazy. I
Yeah,
did
I heard
not
it was really
care.
bad.
It was so funny.
So she was a producer on Anyone But You, and then she came out with also Immaculate. She was a producer on that, and
But
then
she's not doing any.
She's working on 2 movies right now, and she's also
She's
there isn't
playing in them? She's
yeah,
starring in them? Oh,
yeah, in 2 movies right now currently, um,
but
so
she's also a workaholic, so if she's working on 2, she could work on a 3rd
she
one.
is let me see if Jacob Elordi is working on anything currently.
I don't think so, cause he was, like, chill last time I
He's
saw him.
so he wrote he should play what's that movie?
He made a lot of money, and he's like, "I'm done. Bye, guys."
He's also working on oh
He's
my
me.
god!
What?
This is so funny. He's also doing 2 movies right now. He's filming right now, Frankenstein, he's gonna be the monster.
But he would make sense for that movie.
I swear to God, Sala, like, I'm not even
What
kidding. I was
the
just about to say, he should play
freak?
Frankenstein monster because he's so tall, and then I saw that he was
So
doing it,
funny. That's so funny. You predicted it. See, that's why I'm telling you,
and
we
then
can predict the
he's
storyline for Euphoria.
he's also doing a miniseries.
No, I doubt. He could do it. He could definitely do Euphoria if he's only doing one movie technically. A
No, no,
miniseries?
2 movies and a miniseries.
Oh,
Now let's check on Miss Zendaya. Zendaya,
I was wrong. 2
I
for 2.
love her.
I don't
I
know what she's
love
doing. She's
Zendaya.
always low key. I don't know what she's ever doing.
No, truly. I love her so much.
And she
Um,
makes Oh, and did you see how she supported Tom Holland on every freaking show? It was so
yeah.
cute.
Okay, so Zendaya currently, is not working on anything.
So it makes sense. If
Let's
Zendaya's
see
not working, everybody else is not working too.
let's see, any of the other cats. Hunter's also booked and busy as well, we can't forget
She's a
her.
model. She's a model, so
No, she was in The Hunger Games.
yo, I remember, yeah, so I remember.
Yeah, yeah. So she's also booked and busy. Let me see if she's gonna do anything as well. She is currently okay, so she is Mother Mary, she's doing a movie, and then also
Maddie just came out with something.
I'll check
Maddie?
that now what she come out with. She also is doing a show, Hunter, so she's doing a show and a movie.
Maybe the show is that.
No, the show is Blade Runner.
Oh, Blade Runner is good.
And
Blade Runner is
then
really good.
Alexa Demi, she is
She
let's
just
see
came out with
what
something on
was
Amazon Prime, I
did she
think.
good for her.
She was so funny. It was such a funny freaking thing. I saw clips of it.
So she has not been as booked and busy as
She's
the
me.
rest of the cast.
She's
She
me.
after Euphoria, she's only done 2 movies after Euphoria, and then she did an episode of The Idol and an episode of another show, and then
She was on The Idol?
she did an episode.
What the
Um, oh my
what?
god, this is so weird. She played Maddie. It was a
And what
crossover cameo, so she was Maddie on The Idol.
she's
That's
so
so weird.
iconic. She can play as her own character.
Literally. And then she's also in, um, an animated show. She's gonna be the voice actor. So that's the only thing. So she hasn't been doing nothing. She said, I'm taking a break."
She probably made a lot of money then. Or she doesn't want to be in the spotlight.
So it's saying that it's assumed that her break from work is due to her refusal to make her own way in Hollywood by playing stereotypical roles.
Oh, she would be
I
the
will
type
say
she would be the person who wouldn't do that.
someone did, a TikTok talking about how, like, they thought, she would be the it girl and not Sydney Sweeney because Sydney Sweeney is in a lot of stuff, and of
Yes.
course, like, Zendaya was already Zendaya, so, like, no one's surprised by, like, her continued fame and success, but Sydney Sweeney is doing a lot more, and of course, she's also always the producer, more times than none, she produces, as well, but somebody was saying because, like, in Euphoria, her Sydney's character it's a lot more emotion, like, it's a lot more, range in her character, whereas Maddie's character, there really wasn't much range compared to Sydney's character, Cassie.
Yeah.
What's her name? Cassie? Compared to Cassie's character, so they're just like, of course, like, she is gonna be seen as a stereotypical role because there really wasn't much range to Maddie, whereas Cassie, there was a lot of range
Mm.
and there was a lot more of emotion, a lot more acting. Um, so I can see that because,
But I
like
love Maddie. I'm
I
sure
love her
people would
too.
pick Maddie over Cassie.
No, like, in the show, of course, but I feel like if you're a director, you're gonna pick Sydney over Alexa. Demi, no offense to her. Um,
No, I think if I was a director, I would pick her. I don't know why. She's just so magnetic.
I don't
She
think so
would play
because
her role very
even
well.
but the thing is, though, even in her interviews that I've seen of her, she very much gives off Maddie vibes, and I feel like as a director, you don't want somebody who's gonna only be seen as this thing, you know? Like, they're really like, she doesn't really get to show a lot of range, so I'm hoping
But
whatever project she comes out with
what?
next, she can show range. But also, she doesn't wanna be the same type of character. She doesn't
Oh.
wanna be the
Oh, okay,
stereotypical
so that makes
character.
sense, yeah.
And also with Jacob Elordi, he was a little bit more known because he did have some movies and shows that he was in. So it's not like it was like, he was very fairly new to the game. He had some things that he was, new to, but, that he was still doing, but she doesn't wanna be according to this article, she doesn't wanna be doing the stereotypical role, and she wants to branch out, but I think it's really hard when it's just like, you're really
But
only
she's
seen as your
so good at
character.
playing Maddie. She
She is.
could play any villain, and I would be like, "Oh, wow, she's doing a really good job."
Yeah.
She could have played Madam Web, and it would have probably been better. I'm just a Madam Web
I'll have
hater.
to I have to watch it. I'll have to watch
Okay.
it and see how it goes.
Okay, that was a wrap. I think we should wrap
Yes.
it up now.
Yes, guys, let us know all your thoughts about everything that we've covered, especially about a possible Euphoria season 3. I wanna hear you
Yeah,
guys'
I'm
thoughts on
excited.
it because I'm team let's let it go. I love Euphoria, but let's let it go.
I'm team I don't know. Maybe they could make a very good season.
If they know how to do it right, I'm gonna watch it
Yeah.
regardless, but do it right or don't do it at all.
Yeah, because it's a hit or miss with a lot of shows for a third season.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode, our first one. Make sure to leave a comment and give your thoughts and ideas. And if you have any, I don't know, suggestions for anything, we're up for it. Um,
And
it
please
was
like
really
and
fun.
subscribe. Send these videos to your friends.
Please, yes. So you guys can debrief together
Yes.
because that's what I do too with Nadine. So it will be fun for you and your friend.
Yes.
Um, Yeah, make sure to tune in every Friday for an episode, and hopefully later in the future we can do 2 episodes. Yeah.
And please, you guys can send us any am I the assholes, advice, relationship advice, life advice,
Yeah.
whatever, because next week's episode, we're gonna take a break from pop culture and tea and do some am I the assholes and advice.
Yeah. And so that way we can give you like that way if you want your confessions to be read and your stories, your crazy stories, you can send it in and we can give you advice.
Yes,
Not
you
saying
can
that we're
find
licensed or whatever, but it would be nice to have a third
just our
party.
unsolicited opinions.
Yeah, and nobody asked for it, but
We're your
yeah.
besties that are giving you advice that could change your life. Could change your life.
Okay. Let's
Yes.
close now for sure.
You can send your confessions, advice, am I the assholes in our Gmail found below in the description.
Yeah, yes, and, um, yeah, and our social media handles will also be down there, and our TikTok too. Thank
Yes,
you
you
so
can also
much
send
for
it through
watching.
TikTok.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night out.
Woo
Bye, see you
woo.
guys next week.
Bye, guys.